Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be solving a special edition Hanayama puzzle, and you already know what it is. It is the Chris Ramsay puzzle. And of course, if you are here watching my puzzle videos, then you almost certainly know who Chris Ramsay is and that he is sort of the king of the puzzle solvers. In fact, it was his Lotus video a few years ago that inspired me to start my own channel and solve puzzles for myself. I saw him doing the Lotus puzzle and I thought that looks amazing, but instead of watching it, I want to do it myself. So after Googling the Lotus puzzle and similar puzzles to it, I thought, right, they're far too expensive. What can I do that's cheaper? And that is when we stumbled across the Hanayama puzzle selections. And what do you know, we come full circle. Chris Ramsay makes his own Hanayama puzzle and yeah, we get to solve it today. So the box that the Chris Ramsay puzzle comes in is exactly the same size box as all the other Hanayamas. Obviously it's got his own artwork. There's no grading in terms of level difficulty on this. There's no writing on the back or pictures of it. But yeah, it looks very, very classy, very nice. It's going to be exciting to solve this one. On the difficulty level, on Chris's video, he said that it is a level 6. Now, Chris usually uses the Puzzle Master difficulty scale of difficulty, which is an out of 10 scale, so 6 out of 10, which equates on the Hanayama scale that we're used to a 2 out of 6. As always, the aim with this puzzle is to disassemble it into all its 2 pieces and then reassemble it back into its original Chris Ramsay puzzle position. Let's get on with trying to solve it. Okay, so here is the Chris Ramsay puzzle. And first off, we got the first.shop engraving, great advertising there. This is the place where, or that is the place where you get the puzzle. And yeah, so this one seems a little bit like it's going to be similar to 2 puzzles that we've done before, the bike puzzle and the ABC puzzle. So, first of all, how do we get it out? We can see, what can we see? We can't see much actually. Now, do we come out the back or do we come out the front of this one? Because we've got a gap on each side, so we can come out, if we hold it this way around, we can come out this way or this way on this side, and then on this side we can come out that way or that way as well. Now it's looking like on the inside of this, on the inside of these 2 pieces, yes, that's it, that's what I was looking for. So we got one bit on top and one bit on the bottom, which is probably going to make this a little bit more difficult than I expected actually. But obviously our aim is to separate this gold sort of ring. I'm going to call it a ring even though it's not a complete ring. The aim is to separate the gold ring from the Chris Ramsay initials. And obviously we're going to be using these grooves that are dotted throughout the puzzle to do that. So, assuming we've come out of the right way first, I'm thinking right now that it's, we're going to have to use both sides at some point, so it'll be interesting to see where that happens. But now, we need to figure out how we get around this puzzle. So assuming we've come out the right way, I mean, that dropping down into there would make sense. It seems to line up, and yeah, very slight bit of force to get that done. Looking down here, I can't really see anything, so it's probably quite likely that we're going to have to come back through and over here next. Now looking at this little gap in here, we might have to come in and out. Oh no, that fits perfectly out of there. And then, do we then come into that side? Maybe not, that's very tight in there. So I was just thinking maybe if we flip it around and come back out that way, but I'm assuming that would be far too easy because that would be the puzzle solved already. So now we need to come, can't go around. That's too nice to not be correct. How do we get through that bit there? It's looking like it might not be the way in on that bit. There's a possibility that we actually come over this bit here. That bit's very small. Probably too small actually. And we'd have to get it in a very interesting position. But we can get down here somewhere, so let's try down here instead. So I'm already impressed with the variety actually. I was thinking this would be similar to the bike puzzle and we would sort of be able to, that's going backwards there, isn't it? I'm thinking that we would be able to, like, there's only one way through, but maybe there isn't. Like this bit in here, if we flip it around that way, should be able to get through to here. Then we flip around and maybe come over this bit and this bit. Yes, we do. What was I saying? I was saying, yeah, I'm happy that there is one way that we could have gone then, but it seems to be not the correct way. So maybe next we go over this bit here. And then back into here, and then now maybe we use that bit in there. Not quite. So we've not used this bit yet. We've not really used this bit and this bit yet. But we can't quite fit over there because the gap in here that the ring can go back into doesn't quite have the space, which is interesting. We came in through that bit and it doesn't seem like we can go anywhere else. So maybe we've come through it at the wrong time. If we go back through here, can we then use these grooves in here? No, we can't because they're the wrong way around. So we now know that this bit here, this sort of side of the gold ring has to be on this side to use this bit here. Oh, did we actually use that bit to get to there? I think we did. I'm losing track now already. I like this puzzle though. This is very, very nice. The variety is, I guess, bigger than I expected. There's a few little sort of sneaky little bits like here and here. I'm not sure if they're going to be actually used or whether they're to throw us or what. Let's go back a little bit. I can't seem to get anywhere from here. It's hard getting through that little gap. So through there, we were through there. Now those two moves seem too nice. And I guess probably this third one will as well. To not be right, to sort of to swing right round to here. Where next is the question. So we haven't used this one and we haven't used this side of that one. I think they're the only two pieces that we haven't used yet. So maybe, no we can't. I'm pretty sure I tried this. We can't come up through there. We don't have the room to come up through here when we're in here. So, how do we get back out of this bit? There's the question that we need to answer. Maybe we do it before we go into there. But again, I think it's the wrong way around. It's that bit there, but again, I think that's similar to sort of this bit up here. Like it's probably not used unless we can line up like a bit there and a bit there. But we'd have to get straight on. And I don't think that is going to get around that gap. No, we're a bit too far off on that bit. Looking at it from like the back view, doing the same moves, maybe that'll help us spot something we haven't spotted before. So the question we need to answer is how we get back out of this piece here. That's the bit that we're struggling with. As soon as we've done that, I think we should be on the sprint finish. Yeah, we get in that way. How do we get out? Wow, so I really am struggling with this one at the minute. The question I can't answer is how do we get back out of here once we get in it? But maybe the question is how do we not have to go in there? Is that a possibility? I mean, we started off trying to come up here, but it seems like there's too much. It'd be too much force required to sort of get past this in any way, either turning it or well, there's no way of going over the top of it. Which I immediately then dismissed as, right, it can't be that way. That must be the wrong way. Wow. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. So, I've been talking about these little gaps in here that seemingly just seem part of the design, but I had a suspicion that there weren't, that it was going to be something to do with those. So here, we can actually use this gap when we back up into the tail of the R, and that comes out enough on this side for us to then slide over to this bit over here. I think I've not done it yet, but I'm yeah, so we need a slight bit of force to do that, and then we separate from there. Very clever, very clever. So yeah, this here we didn't need at all, this bit in here we didn't need at all, and this bit in here we didn't need at all either. Very clever, very clever. It makes you think that, like, when you come around here, I would guess if you couldn't go over there, then you would stay around here a lot more and probably get to the solution a bit quicker. So yeah, so that's why those pieces are in there, to sort of to throw you a little bit. But that's very clever, very clever. That's took me a lot longer than I expected it to. But yeah, as always with Hanayama, it's a very nice solution. Yeah, very nice. Right, we've only done half of it so far. Now we need to reassemble it, which should be relatively straightforward, given that we've just sort of finally figured out the toughest move. Yeah, there we go. So that comes up there. Yeah, it needs a slight bit of force on there, and then yeah, that one's already come around the corner. And then from here it's pretty straightforward. We come over there, we come around here, we then flip it over and get out of this small space down here. Flip it around, we come up here using a slight bit of force. Are we in the right place? Yeah, there we go. And we finish it off by placing it back in there. There we go, the Chris Ramsay puzzle reassembled. So there we go, we eventually managed to solve it. We separated the gold ring from the CR initials, and I'm not going to lie, that took a lot longer than I expected. But it was brilliant, brilliant, yeah. The actual getting to sort of the final move is relatively routine. You can do that quite easily, but that final move is very clever. And as always with Hanayama puzzles, they are built to perfection in terms of millimeters coming around those last few corners, how the curl on the bottom part of the R is shaped, and yeah, it's just a brilliant solution. When I found that last move, yeah, it was very satisfying indeed. Putting it back together was pretty straightforward. As soon as you know that final move, you just reverse it. The only way you can go wrong is really putting it on in the wrong orientation, or like putting the ring back on the wrong way around, but that's easily fixed. Overall, not an amazingly challenging puzzle, but again, in his video, I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of, it's level 6, referring to the out of 10 Puzzle Master difficulty scale, and that's for the reason that he wants everyone to enjoy it, which they can. I enjoyed it. I had this big smile on my face when I found that last move, and yeah, it's a nice one. It's a very, very nice puzzle to solve. And if you're interested in getting the puzzle for yourself, I think his shop is the only place you can get it, or it is as of recording anyway. I'll leave a link to that below, and thank you very much for being here. I will do a step-by-step solution guide to the Chris Ramsay puzzle, probably in the very near future. We'll see when, but yeah. Thank you very much for being here. If you want to see me solve more of these Hanayama puzzles and the step-by-step solutions to all of them, then be sure to click my face here to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace!